Hello, my name is Tara Welling, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my Cubist Mosaic information regarding my research into a sequence of phenomenons and archaeological evidence that is rather strikingly interesting and close to the concepts and functionality and structure of genus. Now, that would be the Nativity, and that would be King Solomon's Temple. And there's a line from the causeway from the Bat Pyramid. And then there's some other interesting stuff going on here as well. That's other points that are not necessarily interesting right now. But you have the Bat Pyramid, and the Bat Pyramid is here, and its causeway bisects King Solomon's Temple. And, well, actually, this causeway, this specific causeway does not bisect the Nativity. That's over here. One of these lines bisects that. Okay. But all these lines bisect, look like this when blown up. And they're blown way, way, way up. This is from several miles out of the atmosphere. And I just added the colors too as a spectrum to be able to see the Roy G. Biv and the Roy G. Biv. The Jacob, Judah and the Cloak of Many Colors. Judah and the Cloak of Many Colors. And then, of course, there's the Jolly Roger, which the genus situation is literally the Jolly Roger. Here's the double spines of the Jolly Roger. This is one Jolly Roger, and you have the crosshairs, the causeways of the Khufu Pyramid on the Giza Plateau. You have this line, and you have that line. There's the crossbones of the Jolly Roger, and the skull would be up here. This skull there, same exact thing, just different scales. So you have in the Colosseum, of course, and this line is accurate. This line goes through of course, this part is not, this part is not accurate, but here's the Colosseum and the Temple of Venus, the inside of the Temple of Venus with some interesting ideas regarding Gene Roddenberry in World War II, which can be more easily defined as there and here. That's where Gene Roddenberry got the idea for the Enterprise, is looking at those specific buildings of the central and western portions of the Roman Forum, Eastern Forum, excuse me, this would be the Eastern Forum, the Central and Eastern Forum. This would be the Western Forum, and you have all kinds of interesting stuff going on here that has a lot of interesting things to do with the creation of Hebrew and the lapis niger and the umbilicus, both of which are defined as pits. One of which is defined as a monster in the pit, and the Hebrew was created as a way to keep as a divine way to keep the monster in the pit from coming out of the pit. And then you have here you have the Odysseus test, the axe test, the labyrinth. Labyrinth is actually does not mean a pit. Labyrinth means a collection of axes. As you can see here, I've made axes, and the axe test, the double-headed axe. The labyrinth is a double-headed axe. You have axes, and you have the Freemasonry situation. All Freemasons will recognize the right hand. And you have some other interesting stuff going on the western side of the Roman Forum. You have, of course, the Capitoline Hill, and this is the Temple of Juno, and this is the Temple of Jupiter. Couldn't get the words out. I could think of it, I just couldn't get my lips around, tongue around it. This angle and this angle, these are sound channeling angles. The Castle of Angels is actually a sound channeler, amplifying some sounds, suppressing other sounds. It also channels sound from the Vatican, does its thing, and then broadcasts the sound into here, where it's then channeled into the Roman Forum, where all these buildings are made of marble, and channel to the Colosseum, which then does its thing both up, because the Colosseum is actually a satellite. It's a satellite first and foremost. It's a sports arena for gladiator contests, and it was actually originally the Memento Mori ceremony, but the Memento Mori ceremony is private, and the gladiator contests are public. Various sort of things. And there's 1,300 miles between here and here. So you have a lot going on. You have an amazing amount going on here. This, I think, literally is where the Hebrew language was created. The Temple of Concord. There's a jail here. The Curia Julii, the Basilica of Julii, the Temple of Castor and Pollux, and then you have another building here, the Temple of Saturn. There's a temple here that used to be there and then was rebuilt and then renamed for Vespasian. There's another temple here that was also built later on, but the Temple of Concord, the Tabularium, and then, of course, you have the Capitoline Hill, and the Tabularium and the Capitoline Hill back up to each other. So and the Tabularium, there's a point here, a point here, and a point here, a point here, a point here. That's the Temple of Caesar, here and here. This makes a nice circle, and that you have the circle here, and the circle here creates the scaffolding for the Elder Futhark, which is the parent of the Hebrew language. As you can see, the Aleph, A-L-E-F. You have A, and you have the Janus double spine of the pyramids, to E. Well, not E, but the L is here. But you have the A to the E and the L to the F. And the F is right there. A little bit hard to see, but, and you have, using the double spines of Janus, you have A, L, E, F. Well, with that mixed combination, you have the Hebrew letter of the Hebrew character of Aleph. That seals in the monster in the pit, as defined as the lapis niger, which is black stone. Well, black stone, to whatever language that is metaphoric for a black creature in the pit. And of course, you have some masonry stuff and the pharaoh names, and you have some Miramat Castle stuff, and I'll have a number of videos about this because there's so much information here that it'll take hours to explain it all. But I'll break it into small sections. Then you have this is Miramat Castle. Miramat Castle. And Miramat Castle and the infrastructure that Father Franklin was going to build. You have the Roman Forum, actually as it is right now from looking at satellite. Here's the Capitoline Hill and where the Tabularium and the Temple of Concord used to be. And then you have the portion of a small rebuilt portion of the Curia Julii, and a very, very, very small portion of what was left of the Temple of Caesar, and of course the Temple of Venus, which is Temple of Venus is has a lot to do with Freemasonry. And here is a close-up of Miramat. This is Miramat Castle, and this is here from ground level. You have the Temple of Concord and the Tabularium, and then the free space behind, and the orientation of this building and the orientation of this room are the same. The orientation of the Temple of Jupiter and this room are the same. There's the Tabularium and the Temple of Concord, and you have the jail and that little weird room to the side, and you have the sequences of information. It matches fairly closely, just disturbingly closely. Then you have the Vatican stuff, and within the Vatican, you have the story, literally the story of the physicality of Jacob, Israel, there. These are temples next to the, those are temples next to the, those are smaller domes next to the bigger dome of St. Peter's Basilica, the dome. Those circles are highlighting those smaller domes. Then, of course, you have the pelvis and the legs and the Temple of Angels, the leg standing on the Temple of Angels, the leg standing on the Temple of Angels. This is the story of Jacob. So you have a lot going on. So thank you very much for watching these videos. Many, many more to come now that I have more equipment and the like, and I have this all up here and easily seeable. Hit subscribe if you would please hit subscribe, hit like, and hit the bell next to the likes next to the subscribe so that you can be updated when I do more videos. And now that I have equipment, I can do this more. Thank you so much.